Joeboy is the artist that his words, his music speak volume even without him doing or saying too much. He's that guy that, you know, the influence or the impact of his music is so great without him necessarily making so much noise. I mean, you can bear me witness with that TikTok or that Instagram challenge that went viral during the time of what's it called, sip alcohol. Everyone could bear witness of how much of a madness that challenge was. Trust me, it was one of the craziest and, you know, the most interesting challenges to say, you know, online challenge or online, you know, TikTok viral sensations to see at the time, right? I've always loved Joeboy since the time of Baby, right? And he's such an amazing artist. He has a calm demeanor, soft voice. However, his words, his music carries so much volume. And, you know, having listened to every of his album, every of his track up until his recent you know, album body of work that he titled Viva La Vida, which means long live life. It's been amazing. It's been back to back, and to be honest, I was opportune to, you know, meet him a couple of years ago, where I did have an interview with him where, you know, I learned his journey into music, his process, his thought process, what his thought process was. You know, he basically is that guy that sings, you know, that sings songs that we can relate to, even though to a large extent he sings about his experiences, his journey, but he's someone we can relate with. His songs are so relatable, and Joeboy is that guy. Trust me, his latest album is one of the best albums that's dropped in the last quarter this year. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to yet another episode of Relufe Music Review. This is a show where we review Nigerian music in all of its glory and expression. My name is Theophilus Olayanju, and I bring you all the teas as concerning Nigerian music, ranging from singles to albums to EPs, even music videos. Please know that every of my opinion is based on my bias and knowledge, even though I try to be constructively objective. With that out of the way, let's get right into the business of today. Now, like I said earlier, the body of work I'm going to be, you know, talking about in this episode is Joeboy's latest album that he has titled Viva La Vida. It's a Spanish word that means long live life. It's such an interesting album that gives us into, you know, stories or a process, a cohesive journey of love, life, and redemption. And like I always say, when it comes to a body of work, whether an EP or an album, one of the best things you can do as an artist is to have your first 3 tracks hook people down. That is literally what, you know, what's it called, opens up the audience to what the concept of the album is or the body of work is. And again, Joeboy has not ceased to amaze us. The first track on the album is such an amazing track, one of my favorite, and it's titled Innocent. Innocent, I'm innocent. Joeboy, there's nothing innocent about you. Yeah, that guy that causes trouble without looking like trouble. He's that guy that we know in secondary school that makes the class laugh because the teacher, you know, made a grammatical blunder. And when you look at his face, he's keeping a straight face. Joeboy is that guy. You can all bear me witness when he sang Sip Alcohol. It was a madness. It was an internet sensation at the time. Easily one of my favorite songs, not gonna lie. However, I mean, a lot of people took it overboard with their concept, with what they did. Some people were drinking palm oil. Some people were drinking real alcohol. No, people drank a lot of stupid and shitty things. But then again, Joeboy is who he is. He drops something, you're up on it. It's been amazing from you know, from listening to Baby to Sip Alcohol to you know, every of his other songs. I think one of my all-time favorite songs from Joeboy has to be Oshe. I like that song so much. The beat is so beautiful. Again, Joeboy has a very subtle, beautiful voice. He doesn't do too much. He doesn't say too much. I mean, he has good vocal dexterity, no doubt. But he's not, you know, he's not top there when it comes to, oh, he sounds like an angel. No, we don't need that. All we need is vibe on the song, and you can be sure that the song is going to be an amazing one. I mean, before I go into all of the details of the album, right, another song that I know that I really like so much, which has included in this album, is Adenuga, where he featured King Madi. I like that song so much. For one, my crush, my celebrity crush, is in that video, music video, and that's Jemima Sunday. Oh boy, that video is so beautiful. I love that song way too much. I know that at some point, if Joeboy's mouth was spinning him, it was probably because I played that song a little too much. And when I say a little too much, at least 100 times. In fact, last year on my Spotify rap, Adenuga was, I think, in top 5 songs I listened to last year. It is that good. I like that song. So imagine one of the songs I eventually included in the body of work this year. Not to not talk of the whole body of work in itself. It's such an amazing piece, amazing body of work. Viva La Vida is a sophomore album, which is a bold declaration of his independence, especially after his new imprint, his new label, titled Young Legend. You know, he basically introduces himself or reintroduces himself to us as, oh, this is who I am. This is a bold declaration of my independence. This is a bold declaration of who I am. And again, I like the fact that a lot of, young artists, not necessarily OGs in the building, like people that are in the industry, people like, probably spent 10, 15 years or even 7 years in the industry. I mean, I really like it when young artists, people that are probably, either between 5 and 7 years in the industry, they are doing great stuff. They are able to tell the world that, oh, that I'm young in the industry does not mean I do not carry so much influence. I am not the greatness that I claim to be. And with this 12-track album, it did justice to that. It did justice to the fact that, oh yes, I'm standing alone, but does not mean that I am alone. Did you see what I did there? Let's dive deep into the concept of the album, what the album is all about, the cohesion, the transitioning, just the lyrics of the song, the central theme of the album. Before he fully released the album, we've seen a number of tracks that he has entered or he has dropped sometime last year. We have Osadebe, we had Osadebe, we had Adenuga, where he featured King Madi, and also had Taxi Driver. Basically, the idea of Taxi Driver being a therapist, taxi driver who is also a therapist, so that all you had to do was pick you up from point A to point B while listening to your pain points, basically being your therapist. And I mean, I particularly like I said, my favorite was Adenuga, because the song is such a masterpiece. Then followed by Taxi Driver, then I liked Osadebe as well in that particular order. And I wasn't expecting any less from this album because of the initial rollout he has had in the couple of months, or in the last couple of months, especially last year when he released all these songs. So I knew that his new album was going to be a madness. His new album was going to be an amazing one to to listen to. The album opens up with a track, Innocent, titled Innocent. I mean, I know that Joeboy is an innocent guy. You can bear me witness. Joeboy, you yourself know that. Don't say they're innocent, but it's okay. For the purpose of this album, let's not go into how guilty you could be. Basically, the idea of innocent is to express his selfless love and his selflessness, or his selfless love to his partner, his lover. And another thing I like about that track is the ending of that track. The ending of that track felt like an old school R&B song. In fact, in my head, when he started playing, what I heard was da 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 da. I love that track so much. Innocent, such an amazing song, beautiful rendition, soft voice, calm demeanor as always. I mean, Joeboy is who he is. Calm demeanor was personally, I'll give that song a 9 over 10. The song is good. Beautiful song. Then the song goes on into Abena, where he's talking about his love, more calculative. He's telling the partner to surrender themselves to his tough love. The song is such a beautiful song because it's even a more danceable song. So yeah, it was an amazing one, from Innocent to Abena, and even up until Streets Are Lonely. Such a beautiful rollout. I love the cohesion. I love the the transitioning from one track into another track. As much as he kept the central theme steady, we could see exploring different beats, different genres, different vibes, which are not too far away from each other. At least the themes, the messages of the song are not too far away from each other. I love that about, you know, about his transition and his rollout, which it's an amazing thing to see. I mean, like I said, Joeboy is a brilliant artist. He knows how to rile up our emotions. He knows how to carry us along. For a lot of times, Joeboy is that guy that sings songs that you can relate to, right? It feels like he has lived everybody's lives at some point or the other. So you can find a piece of yourself in his song, in his music. You can find a piece of yourself in his music. I love that about him. Then he goes into Taxi Driver, where he was, you know, relating how much of a heartbreak he has suffered. I mean, a masterpiece. It's such a masterpiece in, you know, atmospheric storytelling. You know, opens up to, you know, questioning love, questioning what loyalty or commitment is. You know, somebody saying that, oh, this baby, oh, she has showed me shege, somebody come and help me. You know, it bears so much vulnerability in the track Taxi Driver. You should see the video. The video is such an amazing video. I think he dropped it maybe sometime last year or earlier this year. Yeah, it was earlier this year. Taxi Driver, such an amazing, beautiful storytelling. Like, so beautiful. It was on point. It was on point, especially with the theme of the song. It was really, really on point. Then, of course, we had SMH where it featured Tempo. We had Madeleine. We had, you know, Sunset, and where it featured, you know, a Brazilian artist, Elana Dara. Of course, my personal favorite, which is Adenuga, where it featured King Madi. I love Free of Charge as well, featuring you know, Olamide. I think Joeboy is that guy that can, you know, that can feature any kind of artist in his song, and it goes perfectly. Like, you can see him feature, you know, go with Olamide into an R&B singer, into a country musician. He's a blend of every genre. Joeboy is that guy that he would sing a country song, and you would think he's actually a country musician, right? Country artist, country music artist. That's the kind of guy Joeboy is. And of course, he will give us party or club bangers, and you think all he does is Afro house or or you know, dance or song, and yet he comes with, you know, R&B, and you would think it's probably Usher or Marion. You know, Joeboy is that guy. He's just that guy. I maybe I'm biased, which I already gave the disclaimer at the beginning of this review that every of my opinion is based on my bias and knowledge. So maybe I'm a little bit more biased towards Joeboy than every other artist or every other review that I've had, you know, on this channel. I really, really like Joeboy, and I don't just like him because, oh, I've met him once or twice. I like him because is worth every hype, every, you know, noise that we make about him. He's such a brilliant artist. He deserves the recognition. Joeboy ended the album with a song with Wizard Chan. I have said it once, and I'm gonna say it again. Wizard Chan is an artist that should not be overlooked. Wizard Chan is such an intelligent young man. He's such an intelligent. I remember the first time you know, time I was introduced to Wizard Chan's music was Activated Live, where Amazing Clef, you know, brought him on one of his Activated sessions, right? And I was stunned by the brilliance of such, you know, unique artist. Number one, he doesn't sing like the contemporary Nigerian Afrobeat artist. He sings. There's a lot of spirituality with Wizard Chan's music. There's a lot of, you know, deep thought, spirituality, thoughtfulness, and, you know, a high level of spirituality that comes with Wizard Chan. And, you know, Joeboy being able to have a song with him on his sophomore album, like I said, it's a declaration of independence, declaration of so much greatness that is embedded in Joeboy. It's such a beautiful thing to watch. It was such a beautiful thing to see. Like I said, I might be biased, but I think that this album deserves a 9 over 10. Right? If you do not agree with me, let me know why in the comment section. Okay, like I said, the cohesion, the lyrics, the soundtrack, the transitioning, the central theme of the album is so much on point that giving it a 9 over 10 is not overrating it. I think giving it a 9 over 10 is doing some good justice to how good that album is. It's such an amazing album. I mean, of course, if you have any other album or body of work that you'd like us to review on this particular channel, on, you know, Relufe Music Review, please do comment in the comment section. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at Relufe TV. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Relufe TV. And until I come your way on another episode of Relufe Music Review, please keep sharing, keep watching, keep commenting. Let me know your thoughts See you in the next episode.